I find my way.
Hey FamBam, welcome back to my channel. If you're to my channel, hi, my name is MsTopacJay. So in today's video, we're going to be doing a wig. Okay, I haven't done it yet. I have it right here with me, but I just wanted to quickly show you guys the hair before I go in to do the wig. Okay, so I received the hair from Longqihair. They contacted me to work with them, and I decided, okay, let's do it. And in fact, this video is sponsored. Your girl got a sponsorship. By sponsored, I mean monetary sponsorship, which means I can buy groceries next week. Why are you laughing? It's for real. I'm really happy. So thank you, Longqihair. But then, as I always say, just because a brand sent me hair or sent me something doesn't mean I'm not going to be honest with you. You guys are going to see it on my face anyway. You're going to see it in the hair anyway, okay? So Longqihair sent me their Malaysian body wave hair. I have 20, 22, 24, and a 20-inch frontal. I haven't opened it, but that's what they said they sent me. And this is the bag it came in. I did ask them if people usually get their hair in this bag, and they said yes. I'm going to check that email and I'll just confirm on the screen. And it came via DHL within about a week or so from China, and I'm going to put a link to their AliExpress site down below. They sent me the link to put down below, which I'm going to do. And in the bag as well came this coupon codes. They did give me a coupon code. It's MsTopacJay for $4 off. That's a little small, but it's something, I don't earn anything from it. You guys know that. The only thing I earn from this video is the money they pay me to do this hair. And I opted to be paid because they wanted me to do, a review and send them 6 to 10 pictures, honey. I'm like, if you want me to do that, I had to listen to other beauty content creators, man, and take their advice and really just, get paid. So that's why. Okay, I'm being honest with y'all. All right, so this is the hair. The bag is cute. I'm gonna be keeping this bag for something. I'm gonna peel that name off, and I'm gonna be keeping the bag. And here we go. And as usual, you get the free lashes, which I never use, but that's what the lash looks like. Okay, so here's the frontal Malaysian hair. Comes in this pack. What is this called, Binti? What's this pack called? Plastic. Thank you, plastic. Because in this plastic right here, and on it also says Malaysian hair, and it says 20-inch. I have to force myself not to open this because I received this about a week or so ago, and I wanted to open it on camera with you guys. It smells like some sort of oil, but not corn chips. I remember when hair used to smell like corn chips. Oh my gosh, it was weird. All right, it's also wrapped in this net. Oh, this is so pretty. Oh my gosh, it almost looks kind of pre-plucked. It's not really pre-plucked per se, but it kind of is in a way. Ooh, I might just tweeze it a little. What song am I singing just now? I Fall Apart. That song, man. What's his name? Post Malone. Okay, so here we go. This is the lace right here. This lace is gorgeous. Oh, look at how bouncy the hair is. Bouncing around, bouncing around, bouncing. Do you see, Binti? I see. Oh my gosh. Okay, to the tip. 20 and then some. Even the tip measures about almost an inch more. The curl is beautiful. Oh, it kind of sheds a little bit when I put my hand in it. Binti, stop. This is a white tooth comb, just so I don't mess up with the hair a lot. No hair comes off. Okay, no hair comes off. Oh, so it's mainly when I use my fingers. Oh, it's not there anymore. Okay, it's there now. Just a couple of strands. So maybe, hopefully when I wash it, it will stop. But then most of my hair, yeah, see, one strand comes off this one, but not all the time, which is good. Ew, I fall apart. If you're wondering why I'm wearing a cap, it's because I couldn't be bothered fixing my lace. All right, let's go into the bundles. I did request for 4, but they sent 3. That's okay. Maybe I don't need it. Sometimes I feel like I'm gonna need 4, and I end up having extra left over anyway. So here we go. They're saying this is the 20-inch. Okay, actually, no hair comes off when I do this to this one. Oh, okay, none is coming off. So this is what the weft looks like. And on the hair, it says virgin human hair. Oh, I hope this wave stays the same, by the time I'm done, fixing the wig and washed it, because I'm still gonna wash this. So yeah, but I'm gonna wash it when I'm done, but yeah, there's the wave pattern. Ooh, look at that bouncy wave. Ooh, yes, and it's black. Okay, yep, we've got 20 and a bit. That's cool. 20.5 inch, and this is a 20-inch. This is 22-inch. Same deal. Says 100% virgin hair. You know what, this would be sweet to bleach. to me it kind of feels a little bit small, you know, so maybe we'll get puffy once it's done, but it does feel a little small. And when you put your hand through it, about 2 strands, 1 time, nothing, 2nd time, 3rd time, nothing. Okay, we are shakity bubble. Hey, shake, shake, shake. Here we go. So I've removed the band from this one, and it also had the wrap there too, but I just removed it while I was talking. And 3 times. 1, no hair. Let's go vigorous. No hair. Tell me what I'm supposed to do when there's no hair. No hair. Ooh. Ah, Jordan Sparks. So now we're gonna go ahead and do the hair. So far, I'm liking it. I am concerned that it's not gonna be enough for my big head, but we're gonna find out when we're done. Okay. I haven't made a wig in how many months now? Been 5 months? 6 months maybe since London. And I actually bought another hair from another company when I was in London, and I still haven't made that into a wig yet. So all right, let's get started. But first we're going to transform this frontal. Okay, we're going to transform it from, you know, looking a little bit black against the skin tone to looking a little bit more wow against the skin tone. Okay, we need to make it look more natural to match us a little bit better, you know, so we don't have to do much to it when we're done with our wig. Okay, and to do that I'll be using a 40 volume developer. I also be using a True Lights Rapid Blue powder bleach and a little mixing bowl and a pair of gloves. That's very important, don't skip it. All right, so I'm gonna take about 3 scoops or 3 to 4 scoops of the powder bleach. You definitely do not need this much. I overdid it and then I wasted it, so I'm gonna put this in my mixing bowl, just my makeshift mixing bowl, and then I'm going to pour in a little bit of a cream developer, just enough to make this bleach into a toothpaste kind of consistency. And I'm gonna do this gradually, mixing as I go until I'm happy with it. Oh, I forgot to mention, you're gonna need something to kind of mix it with. I'm using a butter knife, it's okay. So you're gonna want to add a little bit more as you go, you know, until you kind of get the consistency that you want. You see how it's almost kind of forming into a toothpaste consistency? Yes, you want it to be a little thicker so that way it doesn't bleed through the lace, because I have definitely bleached a frontal before that it ends up bleeding through the lace. Yeah, that's a mistake. You don't want to do that. Don't be me. And don't worry, if it's too runny, just add a little bit more powder bleach and you'll be good. And if it's too solid, just add a little bit more cream developer and you'll be solid. That's funny. So now we're gonna put our hair back on the bench and we're gonna start spreading the toothpaste consistency bleach onto the lace with our butter knife. But you want to make sure you go in lightly, don't press into the lace, because if you press, it might push the bleach through the lace, which means you're going to be bleaching your hair itself. Unless you want to bleach the hair itself, don't do that. Okay, just go in lightly. I've definitely made that mistake in the recent past. Okay, don't be me. Once again, I really like using a knife to do this part, because you know, when I use that other brush that usually comes with a mixing bowl, you know, to bleach your hair and whatnot, it actually pushes the product through the lace and I don't like that. So knife is always good, like for me. So now that we're done and we're satisfied, we're now going to cover the hair with aluminium foil. This is to help it process a little faster. You can either cover it the way I just showed you now, or flip it around, you know, put the aluminium foil on your workbench first and then place the frontal on top of it like so, and then just, you know, cover the rest of it, just, you know, just like so. And once that is covered, we're going to leave it covered for about 15 to 30 minutes, depending on how strong your bleach or your cream developer is and the toughness of the lace. So here we go, it's all done, you know, almost half an hour later, it's all washed and it's looking much better. Look at that against our skin tone, or my skin tone I should say. Just look at that. Look at how cute she is. Yes. Okay, so now that we're done, we're gonna go in and kind of customize the frontal a little bit, just a tiny little bit more, okay? So here we go. I've put the hair on my little baby girl right here. She looks so pretty. I'm talking about my mannequin head. This is a styrofoam head. You know, you're gonna need one of these to make a wig. Okay, and as I said in the beginning, the frontal does look really nice. You know, it looks like it's a little bit plucked, you know, but I'm just gonna do it a little bit more. But right now, honestly, if you get your frontal like this, you don't need to do anything else to it if you don't want to. Look at how gentle I'm being to this girl. Oh, I just want someone to rub my head the way I rub the head of my mannequin head. So you can't see it, but I have a spray, a bottle spray filled with water, and I'm just gonna spray the frontal. I've noticed lately that it's much better to work with any lace and whatnot when it's wet, you know. That's why I'm spraying the frontal with water. So I'm just going to part the hair, you know, get the front part off a little bit so I can twist just behind the first section of the frontal. Does that make sense? So I'm just gonna twist behind this line that I just made, so that way we can have a nice natural, not necessarily just a hairline, but a natural flow from the hairline to the frontal itself. And I'm going to be using my tweezer, just a tweezer used to apply your lashes. I'm sure you have one in your drawer somewhere. I'm just gonna twist randomly. I am not focusing on one particular area of the frontal. I'm going in randomly, okay? And I'm going in soft because this hair is already wet. If you pluck too much, if you're going too hard, if you use man hands like I usually do, you're going to bald your frontal. And if I show you guys one of the frontals I've been wearing even in my recent videos, you will see how I butchered it. Guys, please learn from me. I have butchered a frontal, literally, but I had to turn that into my practice one. I'm like, this is practice. It's okay. Practice makes perfect. So in my case, almost perfect. So I'm just gonna go in randomly, tweezing that back there, and then I'm going to tweeze the front section that I parted away, you know, from the frontal itself. This is just to make it look nice and natural, you know, randomly. It looks like I'm not tweezing anything, but I am, and I'm gonna show you the amount of hair that I tweezed out of this little section right here. Do you see that? Yeah. So I'm gonna repeat the same thing to the other, you know, section of the frontal. Let's go in and do this wig. Yes. All right, so to do the wig, I'll be using a hot glue gun with some sticks. You also need a wig stand. I bought this on AliExpress for like $5. It's very important, especially if you're gonna put your mannequin head on the table and whatnot, so it doesn't keep running away from you, you know, like a December keeps running away from my dreams, you know what I'm saying? We're also gonna need a dome cap. I'm using a mesh cap this time around. This is actually gonna be my first time using a mesh cap. I usually just use the spandex cap, but I bought a couple of mesh cap just to kind of try out, and thread a needle for mainly the frontal. So here we go. I've attached my wig stand to my table. This is a side table, and as you can see, the mannequin itself has a hole in the bottom, so that's how the mannequin is going to sit on the wig stand. So here we are. We're gonna want to put our cap on Sandra's head. Her name changes all the time, and all these white lines you see are there because I placed the frontal, I put the cap on my head and I placed the frontal on my head to measure out where the frontal will be sitting, you know, where's the center of the frontal, where's the end of the frontal, you know, like the ear part, just to make sure everything is fitting nicely. Another option, you can also, you know, use a tape measure. Usually frontals are 13 by 4 inch, so the middle part is 4 inch coming down or going up, whichever way you're measuring it, and the ear to ear is usually 13 inch of the frontal, and then you measure your ear to ear and measure your center to the middle. Just kind of eyeball it. If it's 13 by 4, not everyone is 13 by 4, but if it is, then you Gucci. If it's not, you just gotta alter the fitting of the frontal on the dome cap, you know? Yeah. Okay, here we go. Now to attach the frontal to the dome cap and begin sewing. But before we do that, we need to make sure the measurements or the inches of the dome cap matches our ear to ear measurement. And we also need to make sure the size of the dome cap is the size of our head, okay? So I mentioned briefly earlier that I had measured the frontal against my head and I marked it. Well, now we need to make sure the mark aligns perfectly to the mannequin head and the dome cap before we begin sewing, okay? So because if this is not done, you're likely to run into the risk of making the frontal too small for your head or too big in the event that you have a mannequin or a block head that is bigger than your actual head, okay? So here we go. Because I know my measurement and I know the mannequin head is smaller than my head, I'm going to tie a scarf around the perimeter of Sandra's head and measure as I go until I get the perfect inches of my head. I used to use plastic bags or wraps and whatnot to do this, but that goes down, like it deflates when I start to sew, so I switch to fabrics and it's perfect. And I'm only doing this to attach the frontal. Once I'm done, I would take off the scarf and proceed to sew the bundle as normal, okay? Now that we're satisfied with the measurements, I will now place the dome cap on Sandra and align the frontal according to the marks that I had, you know, placed earlier. I first located the center of the frontal, you know, tacked it down with my T-pin. By the way, I forgot to mention that you're gonna need a T-pin, okay? And then I do both sides as well, you know, tack both sides down with as much T-pin as I needed until I have a flat lay. flat lay, like I'm taking Instagram picture. Also, the front of your frontal is not supposed to lay flat, so don't worry if it bulges. I used to worry about this until I watched some people's video, actually mainly Tiara Monet, but a couple of people as well, and it clicked in my head like, whoa, oh goodness, you think you know something. Well, now we sew. Now that the hard part is over, we now go ahead and sew. Okay, apologies, my camera did cut off a couple of times, so I don't have the full footage of me sewing the frontal down, but I do hope you understand. All right, but mainly to start sewing, you want to make sure you avoid the elastic bend at all cost. Okay, so because it affects the stretch of the dome when you're putting your wig on, trust me. So we're done sewing. Now we finish off this baby using only hot glue gun, okay, or bonded glue if that is what you prefer. And disclaimer, because I'm using hot glue gun with a mesh cap, okay, the glue transfers onto the mannequin head, which means when I peeled off the dome cap off the mannequin head, it left white residue, you know, when I peeled it off Sandra's head and whatnot. Okay, so beware, but you know what, I'm all right with it. Anything to avoid sewing, okay. But I'll show you the residue that I'm talking about later on, so you can see exactly what I'm saying. Okay, and this whole process only took me about an hour and a half or so, including the times I got up to do other things. So actually mainly about an hour roughly, literally. I was about to say literally. So here we go. Now onto bundles. I am starting with the longest bundle, which is the 24-inch bundle, and working my way to the smallest, which is the 20-inch. So I'm double wefting because that's my preference. All right, so to start, I apply the hot glue gun to the cap, starting at the edge of the cap itself, and apply the double weft right on it, making sure I hold it in place until it cools down. If you do accidentally let it go, it's all right, just peel it off and then reapply, or just reapply and you'll be Gucci, because the temperature of the glue will assist the one that's already dried out and it won't be bulky. You know, you will really understand it when you kind of run into that problem, you know. And also, all glue dries really fast, so be quick with it. Okay, also I glued the weft very close to the frontal lace until I was done with the first bundle, not right on top of the frontal lace, very close to it. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep doing this and I'll come back and speak to you guys later on. Now that we're almost done, my battery was about to die, so I thought I'd show you guys how I glued the weft close to the frontal at the top, like, you know, when you're kind of done. So basically I applied a thin layer of glue very close to the frontal, not on it, again, very close to the frontal, and I applied single weft of hair on the glue, and again I held it in place until it's cooled down, and voila, done. And I did a single weft so that way it's not bulky, you know, close to the frontal. You know, you want to make sure it's nice and flat and whatnot, you know. Yeah, and I finished off the rest and bam. And also I used all the bundles. It looked smaller earlier, but geez, it filled out. I only needed a tiny little bit more, but I just cut a little bit from the other parts of the head and just reattach it if I need it later on, but I don't think I do, you know. Probably already noticed that the wave pattern of this hair disappeared and it never came back, so it looks like I need to manually add patterns to it with my curling iron in part 2. So make sure you come back to part 2. Okay, so now I will cut the cap that is directly under the frontal because we don't need it. Okay. So make sure you don't cut too close to the frontal because it will ruin all your hard work. I've done that, okay, with my practice frontal, and I had to re-sew it and it was a bit. Okay, and I will be saving the band for later in case I need it, which you find out in part 2 as well. I saw Trick Tiara Monet did do this as well, and a couple of other people as well, and I thought I'd try it out, so I'll find out if I need it in part 2. Woohoo! The second hard part is over. We're done. Yeah. Now to wash the wig. Yes. Then to wash the wig, literally my hand was in the hair, like I don't care. So to wash the wig, I'll be using this argan oil shampoo and this moisture conditioner that's by Sky, and also a deep conditioning repair mask that's from them as well, just for added measure. So I wash the hair with a warm temperature. Also, if you're concerned about the glue gun and with the way I was washing the hair, like I'm washing clothes in Nigeria and whatnot, don't be. pretty. The glue is pretty secured, it's unbothered, and my glues only come off when I decide to yank the weft off the cap. Okay, so don't worry about that. So as I was saying, once I've shampooed it, once I've shampooed it, conditioned it, I would then go ahead and apply the repair mask, and I leave it in for about 30 minutes. And to be honest, it was for about an hour because I was busy with other things. Actually, maybe more than an hour. So after that, I then rinse it out. Here we are, hair is all washed, looking luscious. I placed the towel down and let the hair dry overnight. Here we go, second day back from school. Hair is dry and looking pretty. Still no body wave action though, but it's still looking pretty. Okay, so now I'll go ahead and install, but that will be in part 2. This video is already long enough. Okay, so make sure you tune in to see the installation and everything else. I'm so excited, especially with the way I did the frontal and tweezed and whatnot. This looks so good, better than my practice frontal, I tell you. Seriously, practice makes almost perfect. Yeah, so anyway, so thank you FamBam for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful or interesting for those who don't wear wigs. And today's FamBam shout out goes to Napier. Thank you, babe, I appreciate the love. All right, I love you, babes, and as always, remember to love yourself, and I will see you in part 2, which will be linked down below. And please enjoy the extras at the end. My sister and I were doing shenanigans and whatnot. Okay. Bye. Yes! So pull me closer. Why don't you pull me close? Why don't you come on over, baby? Why don't you just meet me in the middle? I'm losing my mind just a little. Why? Did you get it out? Elizabeth versus contact lens. I'll need to put wave in this myself again because the wave is gone. Ooh, can't wait to wear it. Tomorrow, baby, tomorrow, tomorrow, the sun will come out. Tomorrow, tomorrow. Yes! Congratulations! 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes. Look at you, becoming a boss at taking out contact lenses. It's not out? Oh, look at you, looking all pretty and everything. Let's get, okay, bye. Go to bed.
Where's my phone?
With your name on it.